Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the best Blossom era monsters. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know which monsters are worth ranking at the moment and which ones aren't. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go on and get started. Now, many of you guys actually asked me to make this video on my previous streams and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Why not? This is going to be informative. It's going to help out many players, even beginners. So why not make it, right? So today, make sure to go ahead and grab some notebooks and pens, although I think that's old style. Maybe just write it down in your phone notes or something. But I'm gonna let you guys know which ones are worth and which ones aren't. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start off from basically Nerida, which was the first Blossom era mythic monster, up to last, which is Enhancer apparently. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with Nerida. Nerida is actually worth ranking because she provides torture immunity, which is very helpful to all allies, right? It's actually a status caster, rank 5, so if you could max this monster out, this monster is beautiful, right? So then you also have a Bulwark. These two I'm not really a huge fan of, and I'm sure many of you guys could actually agree, but Bulwark is actually pretty good. Status caster, area poison, you don't have to use the beast if you don't want to. Let's say there's no Megaton in the enemy side, you can go ahead and use this status caster area poison. Basically it deals some damage and also makes the enemy a bit weak, which is pretty sweet, right? So that status caster torture immunity is really good, and this monster could actually heal as well, something that not many monsters could really do. So I'm not talking about like other monsters, I'm talking about for this specific era. All right, so very good monster in my opinion, so definitely max it out if you can. Moving on, we had Queen Zara. I'm not really a huge fan of this one, although the legendary one, the War Master one, was actually not that bad, but this one I'm not really a huge fan of, you know what I mean? So you have immune to torture, but it's only to yourself, you know what I mean? If it was to everybody, then that would have been pretty good, but sadly it's not. Life increase, come on, really? And then immune to daze, that's really bad. But in terms of skills, the monster is not really the best. I wouldn't recommend ranking it up. All right, so moving on, Mr. Beast. This was actually pretty good in the beginning of the era, but now there are better attackers, so I would say just go ahead and skip Mr. Beast. Moving on, we got Rock Archdruid. Rock Archdruid, not really a huge fan of, and the monster can't really do much in my opinion. So let's take a look at the traits first of all. These two, pretty garbage. Sunburn, that could come in handy, but the thing is, the monster doesn't have pierce or anything like that, so can't go through. Now, I know some of you guys are like, what about Nerida? Well, Nerida, that's different, alright? We're talking about Nerida there. Nerida is already good in terms of traits, the status caster that she has, the Bulwark she has, and also she provides heals and immune to tortures, and NER with trade table. But this monster can basically deny and stuff like that, but he doesn't have pierce or anything like that, and I don't think anybody really wants to use him. So I'm not really a huge fan of this monster. I would say just go ahead and set this one out and now rank it up. Moving on, Lyrion. Lyrion is actually not that bad, but there are better monsters out there, I would say. I'm pretty sure this monster can't PER, but you guys can go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But this monster does have access to roots and stuff like that, which is pretty sweet. Could come in handy. I believe also stun and stuff like that. Now he does have PER with his ultimate, but I'm talking about his skills. So yeah, I actually missed out on this monster in the race, but we have immune to torture to basically himself. It's not to everybody sadly, but that would have been pretty sweet, imagine. And then pyrophobic shield that can't be cleansed, by the way. I'm not sure if they actually changed that where now you can cleanse it, but back then when I went up against it, once this monster actually came out, like the first week or two, you couldn't really PER. I'm not sure if you could still do it, but you can let me know in the comments. All right, moving on, Stylex, not the best monster, skip this one. Can't really do much. You can use it as a tank and attacker, but better tank monsters out there, better also attackers. This monster doesn't have, for example, you know, trait taunt if you want to use it as a tank, and if you want to use it as an attacker, what is this really? Like, come on. So he's a mix of both, not really a huge fan. This monster was very good in the beginning of the Grandmaster duels for this era, but now not the best, so skip this one too. Skip this one, come on. I remember this one. Not really a huge fan of this one. I wouldn't say this is a must rank, so skip this one please. Oh, Amania. Dude, this monster's amazing because you can use her as a supporter, you can use her as an attacker, both ways, and I would say definitely rank it up. And you have up to rank 5, you know what I mean? So dodge area and hardened right away, really good if you want to use it as an attacker or supporter. You have immune to possession, which could come in handy in some cases. Then you have stand regen to everybody, helps her out as well because her banners, or her not banners, her relic slots are really good. That will actually help you out a lot, but also stamina regen in case if you need it, so you don't really rely on that too much, you know what I mean? Area true vision as well, so basically you and your allies won't really miss unless you get nanovirus or something, because it's a status caster. So I would say overall this is a fantastic monster. Max it out if you can. It is amazing. I made reviews on most of these monsters, so I recommend checking them out if you have time. But also Hard Knight Gorilla, not the best monster, honestly. I did use this monster quite a lot in the Grandmasters the first few weeks when this monster actually got out. I actually used it. It won me a bunch of battles, but now it's not the best monster. Slimuck is okay. This one is optional if you want to rank it up or not. By the way, all these monsters that I'm giving you my opinion on, if you want to rank it up in the dungeons, go for it. Although that's what this video is mainly made for, you know, for players to get some information and, you know, rank it up, either invest their nectars or take it into the dungeons. But this one, I would say not worth your nectars. Take it to the dungeon, okay, if you want to. It's optional. Rex Striker, this monster can hit pretty hard, but the thing is, you don't have access to, you know, the fancy stuff like Pierce, you don't have access to dodge area and stuff like that, but you do have 50% damage mirror. But the thing is, it's pretty easy to actually cleanse that because this monster doesn't have dodge area or anything like that, or PER, positive effect protection, something like that, you know what I mean, that can actually protect that, so it's pretty easy to cleanse it. So, you know, overall, it's not a bad monster. I would say this is optional. If you have it, take it to the dungeon. I wouldn't really recommend spending nectars because they're a better attacker, so yeah, just take it to dungeons if you want. Tommy in it, not the best monster, honestly. You know what I mean? He was just made just so that they can make some money out of him, because of course he was a YouTuber monster. But overall, not the best monster, so I would say skip that one. Nishan's actually not that bad. As an anticipation attacker, and I think this was the first anticipation attacker, if I'm not mistaken, for this era. He is pretty hard, pretty good against attackers like metal attackers like Hydro Lyrion. I've tested it in Team Wars. He hits pretty heavily. So if you have general Nishans or Nishans, great. I would say rank it up, but through the dungeon, not with your nectars. Vadamelter, you can skip this one. Take him, but feed him up just to use him in his own air sagas, just to rank him up. But other than that, not do too much else. So skip this one. Merc is okay, I would say. I wouldn't really recommend spending nectars, but take it to the dungeons if you want. Trait wise, you do have resurrection block, which can come in handy, but other than that, you know, he's basically another denier. Magmore, you can skip this one as well. And then we have Seashell Guard. This one's actually pretty good to use for the rank up survival dungeon for this era, just to help, you know, those other monsters rank up. So if you have this one, use it alongside the other ones because he has spammable shield, which can come in handy. You know, you can make it throughout a little longer, you know, in the dungeons, so he can actually help out a lot. So only for that. But Obsidianitis, I wouldn't really recommend maxing this one out or just ranking it up at all. Not the best in my opinion. Trait wise, yeah, pretty garbage. Oh, Shadow Neo is perfect. This alongside any attackers like Cherub Cupid or Serpentix, they're like the best duos, you know what I mean, because it has Light Hater, NER, another Mad Infusion basically if you think about it. It's just that he doesn't have an NER with his extra turn, but you do have NER skills with like AoE that doesn't give extra turn. You can trade disable, you can PER, you can turn transfer, and NER, which is pretty good, and Total Blind if anybody wants to use that. But overall, a fantastic monster. I would recommend maxing this one out, even with your nectars if you have them. Road Bunny is actually not that bad. Pretty good, but not the best extra turn attacker because we have double sword if I'm not mistaken, right, for this monster. And it's not the best because right now, at the moment, they haven't really released any swords that regenerate stamina. Until they do that, this monster is good, but not the best. Alright, so I would say rank it up though, but yeah, stamina regen does help though. But if I had to choose between this and Dark Voltic, I'd probably have to go with Dark Voltic, honestly. Teddy Wave is actually not that bad. Pierce, you can also PER if you want to use it as a supporter, or you can use it as an attacker. He doesn't hit that hard, but as a supporter, he's actually not that bad. And Stylex Area Shock, this actually applies in the beginning because he does have Pierce, so even if the enemy is using a Megaton or something, it'll kick in. So not a bad monster overall. If you want to rank it up, I would recommend it, but not with Nectars. Seal Growth is actually pretty good as a taunt. Yeah, although there are actually better options, I'll let you guys know throughout this video, but Seal Guard's actually not that bad. As a 999 Seal Guard, I would say rank it up through the dungeon. Serpentix, fantastic monster. I hope you guys actually obtained this one. If you didn't, you missed out on a very good monster, and this monster is going to be like a meta for a few eras for sure. So Serpentix, the 1000 monster, I see why they made it so good. Has Pierce, Hardened, Cooldown Immunity, Abomination Hater, although this one doesn't really matter. Well, actually, never mind. I thought this was Fugitive Hater for a second. Did they remove that out of here? I think they did. Status your Air Poison. Pretty good, right? So you can basically stack the poison with another beast, so that'd be 2 tortures. And if you could like pair it up with another monster like Ural or something, I think Ural also applies random torture, Teddy Bomb, things like that. You can stack up tortures, but he hits pretty heavily and his stats are very good, I've got to say. So definitely a must rank, must have monster. I would say invest in him if you can. All right, so Forge Labs. Forge Labs is fantastic. In my opinion, it's actually one of the best supporters because although trait-wise it's not the best, you know, this could have been better. Pretty garbage traits, but other than that, his skills are really good. He has a spammable healing skill, 20% I think. Really good, and also triple damage NER, double damage to everybody. Really good. So, and he's pretty fast too, by the way. So I would say rank it up. All right, King Adam, fantastic tank. I would recommend maxing it out with your Nectars or Ring of the Dungeon. I'm personally right now using the Rank of Survival Dungeon, but you can rank it up with your Nectars if you do have Nectars. But I'm saving mine, of course. I might buy the chest though for this season just to rank it up, and also Metallica, which we'll get into in just a second. But yeah, King Adam is worth ranking. Moving on, Metallica, fantastic supporter. And I know some of you guys told me that Armor said that this monster's bad. It's not, alright? And I have proven that in my video where I reviewed her at rank 5 when I used Bunky's account. I would say rank it up even with your Nectars. It's actually worth it. Stats gets over tournament, this is huge. Also, this monster has access to double damage, NER skills, healing and stuff like that. It's basically another Nerida if you think about it. So very good monster. I would say rank it up even with Nectars. Slab, on the other hand, Slab is actually pretty good taunt. You know what I mean? I'm not sure who to choose between Slab and Steelgroth, but they're both really good. So if you want to rank it up either one of them, just go with whichever one. But I would probably go with Slab, honestly. But I don't want you guys in the comments pissed off me picking Slab over Steelgroth. But they're both pretty good. But I prefer this one more because 50% area shield. You also have immune to control, which is kind of fancy there. You know what I mean? Pretty good tank. Tubercon, not the best monster. I haven't reviewed it yet, but I've seen the skills, alright? And it's not the best. Self-Skitzer self-immunity? Come on, really? True Vision is pretty good, but come on, really? Not the best monster in my opinion, not the best attacker, so you can skip this one. But this one's actually not that bad. I didn't buy him, but for those of you guys that actually did buy him, take it to the dungeon, or buy the chest if you want, but take it to the dungeon. Honestly, I didn't really review this monster. I don't want to give my opinion because I might be wrong, but I'm like 70% sure, actually 69% sure that this monster is not worth ranking, so skip it. Alright, Boulder R. Boulder is actually pretty fantastic. I like Boulder R. You know what I mean? Really good. I would recommend ranking this guy up if you can. Either Nectars or Dungeons, but I would probably prefer Dungeons because this can actually carry you pretty high because he does have spammable skills, you know, extra turn. He can basically infinite cycle, which is really good. Has access to Sunstorm and other negative side effects with his skills. So pretty good. I would recommend ranking it up, okay? So moving on. Oswald. What monster is this? Was this out recently? Whoa. Wait. What event? Oh, this was from the Tails. Yeah, the Tails. You know what? This Tails monster is actually not that bad, but I wouldn't really recommend maxing it out. Okay? Not worth it in my opinion. I have seen his skills and I'm not really that interested, but if you want to, he's actually not bad overall. He's good, but not the best. So if you want to take it to the dungeons, Rank of Survival Dungeon, do it. But Nectar wise, I wouldn't really recommend. Moving on, Syrian. This is actually a pretty good monster. This is a very good attacker. I recommend checking out my video yesterday. I reviewed him and his resurrection block with artifact, pretty huge. And he's basically another version of Crew Electric, so rank it up if you can. Not with Nectar, so, but if you want to, sure, take that route too. Shaviri. Alright, Shaviri. Oh. Abomination immune to control or immune to blind with area true vision. Okay, well, I haven't really reviewed this monster just yet. I think this one's the free-to-play bounty hunt monster. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think this is the free-to-play bounty hunt monster because this one should be the feature. Yeah. So in that case, well, I haven't really. This monster's not out yet, right? So I can't really give my opinion. But I don't know. Trait-wise, it's not the best because Abomination, Serpentex could literally destroy this monster. Serpentex, yes, can destroy him because of the Abomination Hater. But other than that, you have Area True Vision, which can be nice for your allies. But I'll review very soon and I can give my opinion then. Alright. Anticipation, Fugitive Hater Season 3, Immune to Shock, interesting. Immune to Stun, Abomination Hater, wow. So this Bounty Hunt paid version is basically going to kill this one. Well, not really, because he doesn't have access to Pierce, but if the base is open, yeah, he can. Saskatcher Area Nightmare, so it comes with Torture as well. Alright, well, I like his traits. His traits actually not that bad. I think he's kind of close to General Nishan from what I've heard from teammates. So I would say if you want to rank it up, you can take it to Survival Dungeon, but I wouldn't really recommend, you know, getting like a rank 5 enhancer, honestly, from the Bounty Hunt. Just get it like an unranked, and if you want to take it to dungeon, you can, but I wouldn't really recommend purchasing a rank 5, honestly, just to save you guys some money. And yeah, I mean, this guy is screwed with the Abomination there. Serpentex could destroy this guy. But yeah, I like the fact that he's two elements there, and he does have a Saskatcher Area Nightmares, which is actually not that bad. Immune to Shock as well, Inspiration. Okay, not bad. So yeah, this monster is going to be out very soon. Same with the Bounty Hunt exclusive. So if you guys want to pick him up very soon, you can. But yeah, this one I would say just take it to the dungeon, unranked one, you know what I mean? And this one I'll give my opinion once the monster is out and I do a review on him, because I can't really tell much just by his traits here. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's monsters video. I hope you found it informative. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. It only takes a few seconds. Go ahead and also subscribe if you haven't already. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.